Ladies and gentlemen, back to The Spoken. This is your host, Lance. Just got done with practice a couple minutes ago, actually just wrapped up, and we thought it'd be a good idea to ask some fans what they thought about the practice and further into the year and what they think is going to happen towards the end of the season. We got our good friend Mike here. He was nice enough to join us for a few minutes. Just thought I'd ask him a couple questions. And Mike, after seeing today, after you saw what happened and the players and how they played, I realize it's the first practice, so therefore they're not going to probably give 100%. But we do come out here for a reason. It isn't just to be fans; it's also to see what's going on. And I kind of wanted to get your ideas of exactly what you saw today and how optimistic you are going forward.
I'm very optimistic. Having all the guys that got hurt last year back and in full activity on the first day of camp, I think is very good. I saw some things from some of the new guys, the young guys that I liked. Cyrus Gray, I think, is going to be really nice to add some depth in our backfield. Insurance against injury that we didn't have last year. Defense, I think, looks very, very strong against the run, especially. I liked seeing Dontari Poe off working with the coaches in between. I thought that was a great sign. I think we're going to have an interesting quarterback.
Controversy.
See who could. I don't know if I call it controversy yet, but seeing who's going to be our second in line behind Matt Castle, and I think Ricky Stanzi looks real strong. Having a full off season, I think will be a big plus for him this year. Quinn, I don't think he ever got a fair shake wherever he was, and so who knows what we'll get out of him. And there's always trick shot.
Right. Yeah, people won't forget about Alex Tanney. I think that a lot of fans are looking forward to seeing him play. But I think just listening to a lot of fans around here, they seem to be very optimistic about Ricky Stanzi. And I kind of wanted to go off on that a little bit. Why do you think it is that Ricky Stanzi really hasn't gotten his shot yet necessarily? Is it because of Matt Castle's contract, or do you think it's because everybody, the franchise believes that Matt Castle is just a better quarterback right now?
I think there's a little bit of both. I think that the contract obviously played into it. Castle had the experience. He was our starter coming off a 10-6 playoff season. I think that was a big part of it. I think not having an off season, Stanzi's rookie year definitely slowed him down as far as his development, where the coaches felt like he was as far as being developed and ready to play. I wanted to blame a lot of that on Haley last year, but even after he left, obviously Rack didn't make the change. We picked up Horton, so obviously he wasn't ready. Heard a lot about him in OTAs being more prepared and looking like he's getting ready. I believe he could very easily be our quarterback after Castle, whether that's next year or the year after that when Castle's contract expires.
So you're confident that Castle will be the starting quarterback throughout the season?
This year, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now your predictions about this season? What do you see the Chiefs doing as far as, do they make the postseason? If they do they win a game? Do they win the Super Bowl? I just want to hear your thoughts on that.
Anything can happen. Obviously, the goal is to win the Super Bowl every year, and this year I think it's more realistic than it's been for us in the past because of the depth and the quality of starters that we've added. Winston, Hillis, the guys that we brought in like that, I think gives us the depth that we need to be strong late into the year. I could see us easily being 10-6 again and making the playoffs. I believe that we can win in the playoffs now because of the additions that Scott Pioli has added to our team.
We got a very optimistic fan, but it isn't just optimism, it isn't just bias. He actually broke it down as to give us a reason why, and I'm very, very thankful for that, Mike. It's great to have you on, man.
Thank you.
This is The Spoken. This is your host, Lance Twilwell. I want to thank everybody that's been watching, and hopefully we'll be back to you soon with more interviews.
Go Chiefs.
Action.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to The Spoken. This is your host, Lance Twidwell. I'm with our good friend Dakota right here, and big-time Chiefs fan. Obviously, as you can see, is the jersey, but it actually goes deeper than that. Obviously, training camp is over today for the day, and Dakota was out here as long as I was today, and we got to see the same things, but maybe he took it a little bit differently than I have. My opinions are already on the web, but you want to hear from Dakota. Here we are right now. Dakota, what did you see today from the Chiefs that you liked, and maybe some concerns that you might have had? What did you see today?
Competition was really great today. I've seen people going at their ball a lot more quicker than what they usually were, and I think that's great. Stanford Grout looks like he could actually be the starter on the other side of Brandon Flowers, and maybe we can go out and win a Super Bowl this year. Cornell, he was the same guy. He didn't change anything as a head coach, as if he was a defensive coordinator. He still is, but I think he's going to be a great season. I think we can win the division. I think we could take Peyton Manning out of his game when we show up there. I think we got great competition. Quarterback competition is really great. I thought, Tanney looked like he could be a really good quarterback. It's all practice. Quinn, he's a great guy. I was out there talking to him at autograph session. He was saying that he's going to try everything he can to become a starter. And let's see what he can do.
So basically, there's a lot of optimism going around throughout the whole
Yes.
team and the fan base.
Right.
Looking at the guys that got hurt last year with Charles, Moiyaki, and Barry, big time guys that we lost and we couldn't take them back. Now that we have all three back and healthy, which guy do you think is going to make the most impact this year?
Charles is our running game. We missed him last year. We had Battle. He was a great running back, but he didn't have quite the speed of Charles did. And Charles can make quicker cuts. Dexter McCluster was just kind of thrown in the mix right then and there, so he wasn't prepared for it. I think Charles is going to have the biggest impact of this team. If there's injury going out last year, I think the team just thought, Charles is not here, we're not going to win at all, and they just tried to go out there and tried to go on halfway, and you got to go 110%. And
Mentioning the other quarterbacks, you obviously said that you saw Tanny, you saw some upside with him. I'm sure that you saw Stanzi play, and I don't know if you feel optimistic about him or not. But looking at obviously what you're saying is there's depth at the quarterback position.
Yes.
So in that, are you confident in Matt Castle? And if he doesn't get the job done, do you want to see a change at quarterback midseason?
I say if he doesn't have 4 wins in the first 8 games, or if he doesn't have enough passing yards or more completions, I think we should put somebody else in and let them go out for 3 or 4 series and see what they can do. And if they show me that they can do more, I think we should make a mid-season change.
Okay. And are you confident this team's going to win a playoff game this year?
I'm confident.
All right, very good.
At home.
I like that. So we're going to win the division. I like hearing that. Dakota, great fan to meet. This is the best fan I met all day. Hopefully we'll be hearing more from him in the future. That's about it today, though. We're going to have to wrap it up. This is The Spoken again from training camp up here in St. Joe, Missouri for the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll see you guys soon.